What is going on, guys? Aqua's here. We're bringing you our Week 1 battle of the EBT Season 5 in the Sun Division. We are against a long-ish time friend in the Draft League format, FanciFy. And oh boy, this is such a formidable Week 1 opponent. I was really scared going into this, even though it was originally going to be a live com. It was just late at night for both of us, so I'm like, I don't want to have like really quiet commentary, so I'm like, I'll just make it a post com just for this week. But this will be I will most likely be doing live comms for the rest of the season. I'll try my best to do it, but whatever. So Fancy's team is Rotom Wash, Amoonguss, Mega Medicham, Weavile, Registeel, and Meowstic Male. My team is Volcarona, Pelipper, Delmise, Tapu Koko, Goodra, Mega Beedrill. You should already know the team because the team builder's in the first half of this video, so don't need to really recap anything else about my team. So yeah, that's all said and done. Let's start off this battle. He leads off with the Medicham, which is smart of him. But I wanted to lead with Goodra, because thinking Amoonguss lead. So now I have to switch out Delmise while he Mega Evolves, hoping he doesn't go for like a Zen Head, but he goes for the Fake Out, which is really good on my part. So I'm like, I can live a hit from him. So I go for the Anchor Shot here, trying to trap him or whatever, so I can get a good switch in on something. And so now we're stuck in our little stall match or whatever. I'm going for Shadow Claw here, while he synthesises. And it's just gonna be an exchange of Shadow Claw synthesis and then like a Toxic here, so he gets actual constant damage. And I'm just gonna fish for the crit here. A crit here would end this Amoonguss, and I'd have less damage on Delmise. But we're just gonna keep going. Eventually, I'll just whittle down to about half, where I actually have to switch out. So I think I actually, switch out this turn. I go right into Goodra. He goes for Spore, because we both know I'm low, so I'm like... But Goodra was a nice play, because now I force the Amoonguss out. And I Fire Blast. I fire off a Fire Blast, which does a ton to the Registeel as it switches out. Which I am so hyped for, but I misplay here, in my opinion. He goes for Thunder Wave, which is critical, because now one of my main win cons here is paralyzed, and now he Rock Slides me. So I'm like, crap. Volcarona can't do anything else the rest of this match, so I have to fire off my Fire MZ, get rid of this Registeel, and hope for the best, because that's his biggest wall out of the way. Now I feel like Mega Beedrill has a lot of free reign on this team, because it can just U-turn on everything without it being resisted. Like what I'm going to do here. He's going to pick his losses here. Like a U-turn here right now does about 50%, which is ridiculous. Like Goodra can freely come in right here. I feel like could have HP grassed here, but I mean like, and then just stayed in and fired off a few Fire Blasts. But I mean, I'll just have to switch out regardless. So I went to Delmise. As he doubles out into Medicham, this move here is huge. He goes for the Psycho Cut, and it only does 50%, and then we live. And we killed the Mega Medicham. His biggest threat, in my opinion, gone. It's 4-4 now. So I send out Mega Beedrill. I can just go for the U-turn. He Thunder Waves here. Nothing bad. I get paralyzed. Because he knows if he switches out, I can get a U-turn on anything here and kill it most likely. So he's gonna stay with Meowstic. He doesn't have anything else to do with it. So he's just gonna have to stay in and just set it off a spotter. But I keep getting paralyzed for like the past 3 turns. Eventually I break through the paralysis and I U-turn out. So now it's 3-4 with him only having really one win con here. And that win con is Weavile. If Weavile isn't Scarf, if he's not banded or Scarf, he loses. Most likely Scarf would win him the game here. But I swap out as he goes for Spore. Because I'm already paralyzed, so I can't get put to sleep. I U-turn out, I go to Gudra here, as he synthesizes, and Gudra's EV'd to where it 2-hit KOs Amoonguss. Unfortunately, we do miss the Fire Blast, but we do hit this one. It does 52%. He goes for the Toxic here. If he went for Synthesis, he could have stalled me out of my Fire Blast, which would have been really unfortunate, but I'm glad he didn't. So now he has Rotom Wash and Weavile left. So I have to go. So he goes out with the Weavile. His only real chance at winning. Even though we both said GG right here. Yeah, Pelipper does really well. I just fire off a Scald in the Rain. It does 23%. I could just kept going for Scald here, hoping to get a burn off on it, and eventually just could have went into either Tapu Koko or Gudra. Preferably Gudra because he doesn't have anything that can go, but he does go for the Volt Switch and taking out our Pelipper. So now he's just left with Weavile. We could have preserved the 4-0 here, guys, but it's all good. We just go to Tapu Koko, click Thunder, and we win this game 3-0. Good game to you, Fancy. I really enjoyed this game. Yeah. So, yeah, we win 3-0. Nothing much more to say than that. Yeah, good game, Fancy. I'm sounding like a broken record, but that's all good. Yeah. Week 2, looking really good for us. We go against, another friend of ours, Max, coach of the, Dutch Darkrai. Looking forward to this matchup. By the way, check out the EBT Moon Power Rankings, and then eventually the D-League Power Rankings that I'm host of both of, so watch out for those. I'll probably link at least the Moon Power Rankings to this video, so yeah. Now I'm just rambling, but hey, oh yeah, by the way, we did make some free agent trades during week 1. That's gonna happen week 2. We dropped Metagross and Jellicent for Primarina and Durant. So even though we didn't bring either of them to this match, sadly, hopefully we can see Jellicent and Metagross if we make the playoffs, because Crimson picked those up in free agency near the tail end of week 1. So good thing we don't face those during the season. That'd be bad, but whatever. Yeah, so this is Aquos signing off. We'll see you for our week 2 team builder. Peace.